What's up, my friends? I wanted to do a full breakdown of all the parts that I have ordered, purchased, and received for the builds this winter. I'm able to do most of it down here, but some of it you're just gonna have to believe me because they haven't arrived just yet. But first off, I wanted to say thank you so much for being here. If you do like the video at any point, leave a little thumbs up. It would mean a lot. And also, if you care so much by the end of it, leave a little subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Let's jump into this. So the first car I really want to touch on is my Nissan Silvia S15. Where I'm at with it, what's going on. Because recently I headed up to Garage D and picked up my diff. Now, if any of you guys have been here a while or watched the old channel, you'll know I never actually knew what the diff was. I had no idea because the car came with it from Japan and I had no idea what it was. I had no idea on the ratios, the gearing, anything. So I thought it was a good idea to get it to the Garage D and see what was up with it, because it definitely didn't feel right. Thankfully, Garage D are absolutely amazing. I got to spend some time with them at Elvesy World Tour, and we actually got the sickest photo ever. I'm having it put on a canvas and blown up in my house. So it was that good. But they rebuilt the diff for me, and they told me everything that was wrong with it. So it had the wrong bearings in it. So I've been drifting it for 8 years. Well, on and off. I've probably done a good 5 years in the car, but we drifted it for around 5 years on and off. I will say 8 years. Fuck it, it sounds better, doesn't it? 8 years of drifting with the car, with that diff in it, and it always felt a bit weird. But it worked, right? It worked well enough. Is a CAS two-way 4.08. So we now know what it is. Then we're gonna get that back in the car. Really, really looking forward to that. Also, we just need to head up to Will's unit, actually. This is something I should have done this week, but I haven't been able to, because we need to fit the wheel bearings. Now, I have the new wheel bearings, and these are, can I turn this on yet? The Silvia is pretty much ready to go again. I'll probably give it a service while it's in here, but I also need to rewire up some indicators, which I'm gonna need some help with because I've never done that before. So I need to wire up some indicators, glue them in so they can't fall out, get the car an MOT. That's the only thing that it won't MOT on, so that's why I wanna get that done. And then we can use it. And I'm probably gonna go and take it somewhere. Maybe Cafe in a Machine, maybe one of the other cafes around here that are cool. Well, not around here, it'll have to be a journey, but I don't know if you guys think the same, but I think this car is so freaking cool. The only thing I do need to do now, I realized the other day, which is really annoying, because I used the work wheels on the Z, we've got the wrong size tires on them now. So I'm gonna be selling these tires that are on there. I need to get some 255s, so we'll have a look around, see what's available. Trade account with this tire shop in Colchester, which gives me a huge discount on tires, and I don't even have to shout them out, so I'm always happy for that. So yeah, that's where we're at with the Nissan Silvia S15. So if you like that, let me know in the comments down below. I'm really, really looking forward to getting this one ready again, because one of my, I call them my forever cars, I guess, because hopefully I never get in enough trouble that I need to sell them. So next up, I'm gonna talk real brief about my motorbike, because I love motorbike. I absolutely love it. I've had an absolute nightmare with it this year. The clutch was slipping when a little while after I picked it up. So I was like, oh, I'll buy a new one. It shouldn't be that hard to fit. The lads thought it shouldn't be that hard to fit. Well, it turns out we fit it wrong. It made it really dangerous to ride, unfortunately. And these things are dangerous enough as it is. Let's be honest, motorbikes aren't exactly the safest mode of transport. I actually had it booked in at Ivell Motorbikes, and I can only say absolutely amazing things about the gentleman there that fixed it. I don't know his name, I'm not gonna lie, but he took it in, he come and picked it up from my house, fixed it, and only charged me 168 quid. And told me, yeah, some bits were in wrong, and this was set up wrong. And I was like, amazing. Since I've bought the bike, I have fitted the new GP2 Michelin tires on there. They're absolutely amazing. I've cleaned it a lot because it's one of my favorite things in the entire world. I love motorbikes. It's not something that you guys, if you followed me not long, would know, but I used to have a CBR 600RR. I would have had more, but because I got the dog, they're just not practical for a single guy with a dog. So I didn't have one for a long time, but now I've got one. I've rode motorbikes my whole life. Motocross when I was a kid, all the way through my teens. Now I'm on super bikes. I really want to get some track days done next year. We also have a mod for this winter, which now it's down here, it's going to make it much easier to do. I'm going to be putting a tail tidy on it, so that's all to come very, very soon. And I need to buy all the track day additions to get them fitted on there and go and enjoy it next year. Next year the plan is to get on some track days. I will be making sure to take you guys with me because I love documenting this sort of stuff from a beginner's standpoint of first track day, progressing through it, be getting back into drifting. I wouldn't say I'm a beginner at drifting anymore, but I'm definitely not an expert. And then there is this. This, if you don't know or haven't seen before, if it might be your first video tuning in, is my beloved Honda Civic. I've had this car since I was 21 and I'm 36 now, so it's 15 years of ownership. And I'm so glad I bought it when I did, because they were cheap. What is the plan with this? This has been tucked away for a long time, purely because I didn't have the funds to do this and that, and I was loving that, so I tucked that away. I always knew we'd come around at this at one point. I was humming and hawing, do we K-swap it? Do we B18C it? And obviously, if you've seen the other videos, we have got the B18C. So this is obviously the major expensive part that I bought with the S80 gearbox. So I've got the JDM ECU just there. I've got the S80 gearbox and I've got the engine. Okay, cool. So this needs a lot of work. Not lots in terms of like needs to open or anything. We don't need to open it. It should all be, it all runs. I've seen it running. But there's a little tiny oil leak and I've got the parts here to fix that. The spoon sump that I've ordered was touching nearly 500 British pounds as well, by the way. Isn't here yet. It still isn't here. I ordered it nearly 3 months ago, I think, or 2-3 months ago now, and it's not here and it's driving me insane. But I understand we just have to wait. It's a waiting game, right? We want parts like this, you have to wait. Okay, quick cut here because I have an update on the spoon sump. I cancelled it. It's been nearly 4 months now. I filmed that video before I went away. So it's been nearly 4 months of waiting for this spoon sump, and I just decided I can't wait any longer. I want to get this car built. So I've ordered a sump baffle for the OEM sump, and I've cancelled the spoon one for now. So if a brand new one does appear, or on my trip to Japan that I'm going to be having at some point in the future, if I can grab one when I'm there and bring it home with me, I will. But I wanted to get this engine in the car this winter. We're starting it this week, and I couldn't wait any longer, so we've cancelled it. So I'm actually gutted about that. That was like something I really wanted for the build. But hey ho, swings and roundabouts. We'll be welding a baffle into the OEM sump now. I then managed to get this. This is a J-Blood carbon Kevlar spark plug cover, and it is bloody lovely. Look at that. I managed to get that on eBay for like £87, I think, and I think that's such a good deal. They're like $200 odd brand new, and I've got that so cheap. I've also got the red J's Racing cap on there. I haven't fully decided yet. I do think I might even send one of these covers away to be done again, or I was obviously talking to my mate Teg Boy at Grip Lab, and I did think like maybe we just send the fluorescent yellow one off and get that redone. I mean, it looks pretty good as it is. It would probably work for what I want. We might even just use that one and put the carbon Kevlar on it. I haven't decided yet. If you want, you can leave a comment down below telling me which one you'd use. Would you use the Blood Sports, the Hydro Dipped Carbon Red? Would you use an OEM red? Would you use an OEM wrinkled black? Or would you use fluorescent yellow? I'm very lucky to have all of these, but at the same time I say I'm lucky, I've been doing this a long time and I don't sell stuff. So like, I've just hoarded this sort of stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Then we have a ton of service parts for the engine. Start off with just some gaskets. I've got the inlet and exhaust manifold gaskets just there. We've got cam seal covers, we've got sump gaskets, we've got cam belt kit with the cam belt bit kit, that's part of that. We've got a new thermostat, and we have got another little seal there. I think that's the. We've got oil, and I'm also going to be using OEM oil filters on it. We've got the, I think it's 10W40 in there. So in here, we've also got some nice stuff. I've got a new ignition coil for the B series by NGK. I've got the camshaft oil seals, clam plug seal. Also an OE quality, not original, but it's OE quality, distributor cap and rotor for the B18C, and that was all from Jap Service Parts. I've got a new water pump just there, and I also, underneath there, have an XZD OEM clutch for the B18C, and I've also got a RPC lightweight flywheel. So, there are more bits to make this engine absolutely amazing. Then we've also just got small bits around here, just like the cleaning parts I'm going to be using to get all this tidied up. And then we had to go a little bit Gucci, right? Like if we were doing this, we had to go a little bit special. And I spent a lot of money. I'm going to be honest, with Bolts. My friend Ben, who owns Bolts, an amazing company that does amazing stuff. And he's made it very, very easy to know where these bolts go when we get to fit in them. But when I say Gucci, I mean it. I had fresh titanium where we could, all freshly burnt. They're all genuine titanium bolts, and I got a lot of them. And they were very expensive, but I feel like it was definitely worth it. But because of this, you can see I'm replacing all of the older washers and stuff out the engine bay as well with fresh titanium ones, all titanium bolts as well that he custom burnt for me. He was like, how blue do you want them? These are manifold studs as well, by the way, just here. How fucking cool are they? And new rocker cover bolts as well. And then we even got like bonnet hinges, fuse box, camber kits. God, they're gonna look awesome, man. Look how good that is. And then we've got some more little ones down here. They're gonna look absolutely phenomenal. And I can't thank Ben enough because he actually came down to the unit one day and went through everything with me. And he said, what do you want on that? What do you want on the car? And that sort of stuff means a lot to me when he was like, no, I want to come down. I want to get this dead right because I want to be a part of your build. Now, there are a few other things I want to do to this car that's making me kind of go, oh, okay, we're not done just yet. I'll be taking, when the engine's out, I'm going to be taking a lot of the little brackets and nuts and bolts and everything we're not going to be using. I want to tidy a lot of this up. I want to send loads of stuff like this off to a zinc coaters if I can, and just have that looking absolutely amazing. I want the car to look superb. I'd love next year to get it to a show just to show people the hard work that we're putting into it. And then maybe, just maybe, go ripping, baby. I want to take you guys with me. We're going to be hitting up as many tracks as we can the second this thing works. I really would like to show people it because like it's a car I've had a long time. There used to be a lot of people that loved this thing. This thing got me into YouTube when no one did YouTube. I want to bring you guys on this journey, and the reason I haven't dived into it just yet is my life has been so broken up with Drift Masters, LZ World Tour, life, my real job. I was like, in November and December, I am here for 2 whole months. I'm not going anywhere, which means the car is going to get some major love, so is that, and so is this. Hope you'll hit subscribe, and I would love it if you check out 621.com because I put a new blog post up there about the LZ World Tour, and I've also got all of the fresh merch, man. It looks absolutely amazing. If you want to support, you can go grab one of these now. I'll get it out before I go away. If you guys want to support us, that'd be absolutely amazing. I really, really hope you'll be enjoying what we're up to here. We've got some awesome builds coming, man. Look at the unit. I'm living a dream, dude. This is sick. S15 EG and a Triumph Daytona. Oh, boy, it's gonna be good. So, I want to say thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.